It's Chapman Steve, another video, and this one's going to cover quite a bit of ground, and it's dealing with everyday life. And I just happened to be on the internet this morning, also watching on the news, and a lot going on, everybody. I mean, just so much is going on, especially with Ukraine, going on with Russia. Is there a possible war? It seems to be going down that path. Our country, what's going on that, and the political parties going on, and people jousting for power. It's a lot for us to kind of decipher, to go through, and actually make choices of, how it all fits on each one of us. And that's what that I'm going to be talking about, is really choices. What we are going through, and the sense I get, and I talked about kind of vision, but it's really about the ultimate test of free will. This whole country, this whole world, is all about free will. We choose. God gave us free will. The main reason that God gave us free will is that He doesn't force Himself on you. He gave us free will to choose Him. Even His angels, all of them have free will. They can leave anytime they want, and they can stop believing in whatever it may be. Even in the next life, for all of us, you have free will. It never ends about free will, everybody. And we choose. And right now we're in a period of time that the free will is really, as I said, the ultimate test of free will. What we choose, how are we going to go about all the stuff that's going on in our country, all the stuff that's going on in this world. We choose. Now, what does it mean? Sometimes we may feel there are powers that be, there's powers greater than us. That's not really necessarily true, everybody. In Ukraine, I think there are about 40 million people in that country. How do you think they're feeling? What's going on with them? In other words, what I'm talking about is sometimes when there's a force ready to get into Ukraine, and possibly there's going to be war, those people have free will, and they have choices to make, and they made their choices really. They know what threat's coming to them, and it really their sense of choice is even now heightened for democracy, for freedom, for their own destiny, however they choose it, and not to have someone dictate what their life's going to be. And that's what seems to be going on. So you cannot underestimate all of us making decisions, how we choose. And I said God gave us free will to choose, and this is what's all going on in this world right now is about the ultimate test of free will, especially in this country. I read something about Trump, and I don't mean to get into politics. I kind of stay away from it. There's something, he worries me. He scares me. And what scares me about him is a sense of revenge. Revenge is based on hate, everybody. It is based on hate. If he gets into power, I don't even want to think about what could happen in his sense of revenge. To be honest with everybody, it'll be horrific. I think his hate will take over. And there'll be another discussion. Actually, I'm kind of doing a video about Trump, and I'm working on it still, and I'll leave that alone. But I want to get back to really talk about free will, the ultimate test of free will. This is the choice that we make about this country, and right now we're down to the point of democracy, or to be honest with you, a dictatorship. It's our choice. And there are forces at play, everybody, and it is stunning to me. And I'm 74, and most everybody knows that I'm 74. So I never in my entire life thought that our country would be making this kind of decision between dictatorship and democracy. Not in my entire life. This great country of ours, people have died for this country for the sake of freedom. And it is stunning that there are those who want to take our freedom away. There are those who want to take our democracy away. But this, again, I'm going to keep reiterating, it is the ultimate test of free will. We all will choose the destiny of this country. We all will choose the fate of this country, how it's going to be governed. We all choose who the leadership's going to be. And it's the ultimate test of free will, everybody. I have certain images, what I want. I want to keep our democracy. I want to have our freedoms. I want to have our, what belongs to us is our property. Our money is our money, and a dictatorship totally changes everybody. And there are those who want to have this kind of power. And that's what's stunning to me. I can never just imagine we're all going through this, to see what's going on. And bottom line is, all of us are going to have to make the choice. We're going to vote in the midterms, and I got to tell you, the midterms are very important, everybody. The thing that you have to focus on, more than the Congress and the Senate and those, it's really the local elections. And the local elections is that you really, if you're for democracy, you're going to have to find candidates, Secretary of State, all that stuff that are for democracy, not for dictatorship. And sometimes it's got to be real hard for us to tell. But your vote, as far as the local government, the state legislature, state Congress, the Secretary of State is all really critical. If we want to keep democracy, this election, believe it or not, is the most important of all. And I can't tell you how important this election really is, the midterms. And that midterm, really, if we do not really take heed for those who want to continue democracy, because there are those, and they're trying to get into that in local state governments to take democracy away. No matter how you vote, the outcome will be theirs. They will decide what the outcome will be, not us. So there's a lot at stake right now, and I keep going back to free will. This really is the period of time we are at the apex of free will, everybody. And I think a lot of this are, there are moments, I get kind of down. I feel depressed at times. I get times that, maybe a little bit of fear goes in there, and not knowing what things are going to happen. We're all kind of looking for answers. We're seeing all this stuff going on in the world. We're seeing all this stuff in the news and trying to kind of decipher all of it out. And, some of us may feel there are forces going on that are greater than us. But, the truth is it's really about us, everybody. This is about humanity. This is about the human race. About all of us, every one of us. And I talked about something, and I may take a little longer here, but, I did a video on how unique each one of us, regarding our DNA. It's really true, though. The DNA, and every cell in your body, the DNA, there's a God gene. 50 billion lines of instruction, all about each and every one of us. That's how unique we are. And somehow all that's going on, we don't look at the uniqueness of each one of us. We are different. Absolutely, we're supposed to be different. We have our opinions. We are different. And that's what makes it unique, and that's how, that's what this is all about. But there are forces who are trying to take all that away. And so I keep getting back to the ultimate choice of free will. We choose, everybody. People have visions, and even I had some visions and stuff. And the bottom line, even my vision really talked about free will. It's all about us. This whole thing is about humanity. This is the point, everybody. This is the apex of free will, the choice that we make between democracy and dictatorship, between good and evil. All of us will make their choices. We all through our lives make choices, how we govern our life, what we do, the relationships we have with people, how we guide our lives moralistically, religiously, all that. They're all choices, and that's all based on us. And that's what God intended for us to choose. And even the ultimate choice of choosing Him, or, even, as I said before in some of the videos, I said, people could choose not to have Him around. Some people don't even want anything to do with God. They want nothing. They don't want to do anything with angels. They don't want to do with any of that stuff. They want to be just totally left alone. Even for some, they want to go down to the evil realm. And so it really is, and in this realm, in this earth, and I talked about that yesterday in the video, went on, it's all about it. This is the time. This is the apex of free will, everybody. We are going to choose how this whole world, even things that are going on in Ukraine, the public opinion, all that stuff, it affects everybody. Believe it or not, Putin. He's got to have some sanction with his population. Even world opinion makes a difference. And that's, if it's known out there what free will is and what our choices are, and there's enough people to make a certain choice, telling, hey, this is what we, this is what we think, this is what we believe, this is what we choose, it has an effect, everybody. Do not estimate all of us making choices and decisions that we make on the fate of this country and also the world, all around the world. Ukraine, the people in there, 40 million of them, made decisions already, the choices they are facing what's going to potentially, I pray that there's no war. I don't know. There are forces at play, and people jostling for power. The eternal power, it just goes on, and you think we'd learn our lessons. You think we would know. And yet we're it's always jostling for power. And stunning. But the point that I'm trying to make, God gave us free will. It is our choice, everybody. What we decide in this world, our country, and around the world, it's our choice. It is the ultimate test. And we are at that apex right now. And that's the sense I get. We're right at that top here, guys. We choose what direction we're going to go. The world, the destiny of this world, the destiny of our country. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just want to talk about this, guys. It's really important. And all of us, I'm talking to all of us that are out there that watch, my videos and stuff like that. But it's the ultimate test of free will, everybody. What the future will be based on us. The future will be is what our choices will be. We choose. And that's what this is all about, is the free will, our choices that we're going to make to dictate what our future is going to be. Not only for each one of us, but also for the entire human race. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I appreciate your time. And thanks for your time. And thanks for watching until the next video. But I wanted to get this out. Again, thanks for your time. And thanks again for your time. Appreciate it.